Hey everyone, Amanda Anderson here, Director of Marketing at Pyra Consulting and co-host of the Hire Fire podcast. I spend a lot of my time looking through Google Analytics and a thing called Google Search Console that shows me a lot of information about how you use our website and about the searches and queries that you do, things that maybe you're wondering about. Something that comes up a lot is what background checks do employers do? And so today I want to talk a little bit about that. What are the different background checks? And what can you do if your background isn't so squeaky clean? Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so not everybody has something on their background that you would be concerned about, right? We don't all have something that's maybe we don't share with all of our friends and family. If that's the case, then you might think that this video is not for you, but there is still a reason to kind of pay attention here. When you're filling out the application and you have to fill out the information for the background checks, whether you have something on there that's going to get flagged or not, it will slow down the hiring process if the information is incomplete, inconsistent, or plain wrong. So one of the things you can do, even if you have a squeaky clean background, great credit, and all of the above, is just make sure that you give all the relevant and accurate and full information. You'd be surprised how many people, or like hiring managers, will think omission of information is a sign of guilt. So just make sure you get all the information accurate. So each time you move, write down, keep that list of addresses and dates so you don't have to try by memory, which will never seems to be very accurate. So what are the checks that are done? So there's actually quite a few. What we found is that you can't say, hey, large companies do the most extensive background checks, or small companies do, or they don't care about drug tests, or they don't care about motor vehicle background checks. None of that's true. It really is company dependent. So depending on what you have on your background, you may want to first research the company to see what their priorities and values are, and if that would get you disqualified right away. One of the things you can do is talk to your recruiter. So the list of different background checks, there's quite a few, so I actually have a list here, but it's county, state, federal, the most wanted list, sex offender list, terrorist, there's a social security tracer, employment verification, education verification, don't lie on that resume, motor vehicle, and your credit check, which I think is probably the one we're most familiar with as a society. So those are all the different ones. Some of them will do everything. Some companies will just kind of cherry pick the ones that are important to them. We've even had some that have done a partial drug test panel because they didn't care about things like marijuana, since some states have legalized it. So those are all the different types. So let's say you have something on one of those and you know it's going to be run and you know it's going to be found. What can you do? Well, the first and foremost, biggest, most important tip we can give you is do not lie. Whatever you do, give the information up front. Maybe practice how you present it. There's always a best way to present information. If it's still going to get you disqualified, better to know immediately than to go through the whole process of application, interview, usually multiple negotiations, getting the job offer, then going through the background check, only then to have to get your offer rescinded. So do not lie. The other thing you can do is be upfront and honest. So not only not lie, but be the first one to say it. If you are working with a recruiter, I would also urge you to work directly with them, because different violations and different things that get flagged will matter more to other companies than some. And there could be a way for us to position your situation appropriately so you can still get the offer for that great job you want. So follow us and on LinkedIn and YouTube, SoundCloud, wherever you listen for more tips and tricks as we go through 2022.
Podcast brought to you by Pirate Consulting. Please check us out online via LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or at our website, pirateconsulting.com. That's PIRA consulting.com.